Welcome back, you rascals.
Damn.
We were laughing at somebody sent us an AI image of the touchdown celebration yesterday. This is strictly a visual for our YouTube and Twitch audience, but yesterday, of course, you had the celebration, Dolphins win over the Jaguars, Tyreek Hill touchdown, and of course, Jalen Waddle was going to be there to celebrate said touchdown. But somebody has gone AI on the image, Marcos, and they have had an actual penguin arresting a cheetah. He's got the cow pad on.
Look at the cheetah's looking like, what did I do? What did I do? You know you ate the jackal.
Man. Anyway, headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. At Doral Volkswagen, choose from over 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Teos, and the Atlas. And remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Miami Dolphins winners yesterday. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars by a score of 20-17. Larry Zonka loves him some Alec Ingold. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He said,
I'll tell you what, he made himself skinny and got through those little cracks there. That was pretty good.
Good game today, Ingold. You stepped up when we needed you and gave him the old flex emoji. If you're Alec Ingold, that's you get the stamp of approval from Larry Zonka. That's an honor. That's an honor if you're Alec Ingold. Old Zonk coming in there and telling you. But he was good. He was. I mean, that was those were those. They haven't seen a guy get 3 yards like that since
shoulder pad.
I'm thinking about going to the game.
Which one?
Game? Thursday
night? Yeah.
Ooh, tailgate action? What?
I don't know. You want to go? You want to go tailgate, Frog Boy?
I'm definitely gonna be there. It's wild, and it's great because it's not gonna be that hot. Like, it'll be humid, but it won't be like.
The only problem is I can't. If I tailgate, then I'm like, game's gonna end late Friday. I'm gonna be as big of a participant as I am today. Dude, I'm hurt.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you, dude. If it was me, I would have taken it off.
No, but it's closer to like it. For me, you have to understand. When I played football, there were no holidays. I got off every Tuesday, which sucked. Right? So if there was a holiday and it fell on a Wednesday, you just had an earlier Wednesday practice. It just didn't matter. Like all these like President's Day and Labor Day and all that. I didn't know, never, as long as I've been in football, I didn't know that was a holiday because we had practice. So like I would have a hard time catching a flight that early, driving by work to go home and do nothing.
I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you.
It's not, no.
Let's hear from we'll give you a little breather of talking. So we'll have somebody else talk.
Oh boy.
Mike McDaniel.
Wait, can we get the question first?
I don't know. I didn't cut these actually, so I did not put the question first. But Mike McDaniel, he talked about the emotional situation with Tyreek Hill getting arrested before the game. Here was McCoachin.
Yeah, I think you try to prepare a team to handle the unknown. You definitely aren't forecasting exact situations. You just, a lot of things fall into the veil of adversity, and I think the one common denominator is there is a light at the end of the tunnel. In any sort of life adversity, but you're not necessarily prepared for that, but neither were our teammates that were in need, so we just do our best.
There you go, Mike McDaniel on the situation. Crazy because teammates Calais Campbell, Jonnu Smith, putting Calais Campbell in handcuffs.
Imagine the guy.
So they handcuffed the guy helping, trying to de-escalate, and that's the thing that bothers me.
OBJ was there too. OBJ showed up. He would guess he was going to the game. And he's like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Couldn't run away fast enough from the guy.
But that's think about this.
Damn hamstring.
You have 4 police officers, and somebody else has to come over to try to de-escalate the situation. Because by then he was already handcuffed and face first on the ground.
Mhm.
Like, I would like to know what happened that warranted that.
Listen, this has just been called out. Like, it's been 24 hours. Like, it's been requested for body cam footage and all that. Nothing. Nobody's, and we know that
because you know what that means. Because if somebody's innocent, how quick that footage come out?
It'll be on the news the same night.
Right. It would already been on the news this morning. They would have released it last night.
Yeah, this is from Jim DeFeeti from, I think he's from CBS 4. Long time.
OBJ's car has a handicap sticker hanging on it. Wow.
Jeez.
Smeaton.
Jim DeFeeti, it has now been 24 hours since Tyreek Hill was stopped and handcuffed, and the Miami-Dade PD is still refusing to release the body cam video. If the mayor and the police director claim they want transparency, then they should release the video immediately. The longer they refuse to release the body cam
the more
footage,
guilty they look.
then the public will wonder what they are hiding. Miami-Dade PD has long used the internal affairs process to hide their misdeeds. There is no reason they should withhold the video with an internal investigation as the internal investigation continues.
And by saying here, let me show you how the corporate world works. By saying we have an internal affair, they have basically given themselves an excuse not to release it until
Right.
Right.
Which also, like, why? Like, what does that have to do with it? You guys can't make copies of a video?
No, that's not the point. Because then they can say, we don't talk about or release any of the footage until Internal Affairs has reviewed it, to try to let everything die down. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I tell you what, here's what's amazing. When the lady was killed, that police came out like 24 hours later. Right? When they went into the house, she called the police to her house.
Mm-hmm.
So the officer was placed on administrative duty right away. So he was put on the commissioner's list.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Safe to say he won't be working Thursday's game.
Right.
Should that be a requirement? Should you know more or less who Scotty Scheffler is or Tyreek Hill is if you're going to work those sporting events? Just like a quick,
I got a hard time believing they didn't know who he was, man. I have like, how do you not know?
I believe it. Noah Lyles.
I mean,
probably,
obvious, and like Tyreek pulled this. Tyreek, had his age and all that. So like, all right, eventually, and he made this point. This is how he started his press conference. What if I wasn't Tyreek Hill?
Exactly. Yeah.
What if I didn't have all these people who were stopping to help me and get me into that stadium? Like,
right.
How does this go for me speeding?
Yeah.
Am I in jail?
Right.
Am I beat up more? Because
Yeah.
everybody's like, the reason it's a scene is because he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Right.
But
and here's the other thing. Here's why I know something's up. And it's just my own personal belief. I'm not even going to throw the black thing into it. That's a whole nother conversation. But anytime you have footage of people driving by and showing that video, and we see that video over and over again, if there was a defense of anyone, that other footage would have came out right away.
For sure.
So
if we would have seen Tyreek Hill looking like Tokyo Drift and almost hitting a cop.
Right.
Like, let's say that was hey, that dude almost like clipped one of our police officers.
Still no reason to karate chop him and put him face first on.
Mm-hmm. But I guarantee that would have been out already.
Right. It like, okay, it's egregious. It's reckless driving. It is a nonviolent infraction. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is how you treat people that are resisting arrest. He was not charged with resisting arrest.
He wasn't charged with anything. He was cited for speeding.
Right. And so you're telling me that in this world that we live in, that a speeding ticket warrants that behavior?
Definitely not.
And because guess what? Again, I'm going to just take the facts. I don't know what Tyreek said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Tyreek did. But here's the facts. He was cited for a speeding ticket. He was not cited for resisting arrest. Scotty Scheffler was cited for a whole bunch of stuff to try to make him look terrible.
He knows what he did.
Right. You see what I'm saying? I mean, in fact, they were talking about how he dragged the police officer.
Remember the $80 pants?
The $80 pants.
yeah.
You remember that story that came out,
yeah.
right? Say, oh, so at least you were like, oh, we got to get to the bottom of this because we don't know what Scotty Scheffler did. And it sounds like with what they charged him with, he might have did something he didn't, and that was thrown out. But with this, the only thing he was charged with is a speeding ticket. He wasn't charged with resisting arrest. He wasn't charged with any act of aggression. So I would like to know, just based on the information we have, why was a man leg whipped and face planted and put on the pavement? Okay. Now, if we want to get into more detail with it, would that have happened if it was Dan Marino?
No.
Okay. Would that have happened if it was, pick another guy, Braxton Berrios?
Probably not.
Right. So when you wonder why people feel this way, look at incidents like this and you understand. I tell my son all the time. He was in Daytona. Let me tell you, he got stopped all the time. And you know what I told him? Your job is to get home. That's it. You do what you got to do to get home. I don't care if you got to eat crow. I don't care. Your job is to get home. That's how we have to behave. That's where we have to behave. Otherwise, you're handcuffed and put face planted on the ground because of whatever reason they determine. That's not right.
Nope.
So I don't know what they're going to do. I have a feeling that they are going to let this thing die down or try to stretch it out so we don't feel that our feelings die down about it. But I got to tell you, when people say things like this and say things about the issues that happen with people of color in these situations, this doesn't help your case regardless of what happened. It doesn't.
This is from the Miami Herald. Appreciate Dolphin Kane sending this our way, but this is from that says body cam footage led police director to reassign officer in Tyreek Hill detention. Body cam, as they write, body cam footage from the roadside detention of Miami Dolphins player Tyreek Hill led to Miami-Dade Police Department Director Stephanie Daniels to temporarily transfer one of the officers to administrative duty, she said Monday morning. In a brief interview, Daniels said that she had seen a portion of the body cam footage from the officers involved in the pregame incident on Sunday when Hill was handcuffed and placed on the curb during a traffic stop on his way to Hard Rock Stadium. Quote, I've seen some of it, Daniels said of the footage. That is why one of the officers is placed on administrative duties. Daniels is an appointee of Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, has not said in public statements if there was misconduct in the detention of Hill. In press statements, Hill called his detention unjustified and speculated that what would have happened to him if he wasn't a celebrity in that situation. So there we go. The body cam footage. The county's police department has declined to release the body cam footage, citing an ongoing investigation in the incident. The Miami Herald has requested body camera video from the Miami-Dade police on Sunday.
Notice they have said just enough to give the appearance that something is being done while nothing is being done. So which means it's going to get ugly.
Jeff Darlington reported last hour Tyreek Hill received 2 citations as a result of his traffic stop, careless driving, and a seatbelt violation.
There you go. So let me get this right. Careless driving.
Yep.
Which is not as bad as reckless driving.
It doesn't sound as bad as reckless driving.
And a seatbelt violation. So at that point, they're trying to charge him with as much as they possibly can because they damn near curb stomped him.
That's right.
Right? Now, all I want to know is this. What is it called again? Not reckless driving.
Careless.
Careless driving, which means it wasn't reckless, and a seatbelt infraction. And I would like to know, when was the last time any police department handcuffed somebody and only charged them with that and put their face on the pavement. I'll wait. Because I'm gonna say probably never. It sounds like minor infractions, and you got a guy on his face on the pavement. And the only thing they can say to me right now is he's been reassigned, which means he's still getting paid.
That's right. Jeff Darlington also said Calais Campbell, who said after the game, police told him they briefly placed him in handcuffs for disobeying a direct order.
Oh, so listen, boy, or we gonna put you in handcuffs. That's what they basically trying to say.
Did not end up receiving a citation.
For what? What you gonna give him a citation for? Being black? Because that's about what it sounds like. Y'all, see, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna say this, and I mean every bit of this. Right? The next time y'all hear somebody complain about this, I don't want nobody to say nothing. Okay? All these people out here saying, well, you should do this, well, you should do that. Calais Campbell got handcuffed because he wouldn't listen. That's it. A grown-ass man wouldn't listen. Like he's a damn child. While his friend, his face is on the pavement. He shouldn't have no questions. He shouldn't say nothing to authority. Nothing. You drive by and see your boy on the street like that for a speeding infraction, and you ask questions, and then you get handcuffed? Does nobody not have a problem with that? I say just try being black, okay? And then get at me.
Wild, man.
I bet you if that way, like I said, Braxton Berrios, hey, guy, pay attention. Next time, why don't you, right.
The Miami-Dade Police Department told Darlington this morning that it remains an internal investigation, so they cannot provide details on what's led to the citation.
Of course not.
Driving,
of course not.
Or why Hill was detained face down on the ground in handcuffs.
Oh, they're not going to say that because they don't have an answer.
One of the officers on the scene remains on administrative duty. What do you think that means today?
You know what that means?
Is he like doing a spreadsheet? Like, what does that mean?
No. It means nothing. It just sounds good, right? It sounds good. Administrative leave means you still get your check. Go hang out at home for a couple of days while we straighten this out. Now, I'm going to put another twist on it. Look at it from an athlete's perspective. If we get caught up in anything like that, right? Everybody want answers and responses right away. They want them suspended. They want this. They want the commissioner to do something. They want the team to do something right now.
Of course.
Why is this any different? When the shoe's on the other foot, why is this any different? Why shouldn't I feel that way when I see all these athletes before they have their day in court getting suspended for an amount of time?
I will say to, the media in this, it does feel like they are trying to press Miami-Dade police on this. I don't know why they can feel like they
Why should they? Why should they have to? See, and you understand where I'm coming from. I am speaking from the standpoint of all the things that I have seen anytime an athlete gets caught up in something.
Yeah, you want immediate
everybody wants immediate repercussions.
Yep.
Everybody wants something to happen right away, right? And now something happened to an athlete, and nobody. Oh well, we're reviewing it. We put it with and nobody has a problem with it.
Well, the thing that's other crazy, it's not only that. Hey, what if he wasn't Tyreek Hill, but also like, what if Tyreek Hill, like, if the officer kicked him, like, what if Tyreek Hill's like MCL got like busted in the midst of this situation? Like, what if he couldn't have gone? Like, it's pretty amazing that he was able.
He could have very easily. Because let me explain something to you. I know a bunch of people that got their face busted up for no reason because they had their hands behind their back and the guy clipped them and they went face first on the pavement. So what if something like that would have happened?
Yeah.
Right? Like no. Yeah, what would have happened if he would have missed the game?
Yeah.
So, like, I would say this, and I'm going to be fair to both sides of it, because guess what? I'm going to do more than anybody would have done if it was an athlete. And I'm going to say this. If Tyreek had done something, right, is if he was aggressive, if he got in his face, right, if he had done something to warrant having his face put on the pavement, I would have a different conversation and I would be honest about it. And I would say, hey, when you're in a situation like that, it's your job to get out of it. Okay? But based on what they charged him with, I'm having a hard time seeing a man supposed to be on his face on the pavement handcuffed.
I do have a statement from the police union on it. Is somebody leaving? Frog Boy?
Frog Boy, he's out.
See you, Frog Boy. This is from Andy Slater. He has a statement from the police union. This is what they said. Before the Dolphins game yesterday, an incident occurred where Tyreek Hill was placed in handcuffs.
He wasn't placed in handcuffs.
Let me finish the statement. Before being released. First, to be clear, at no time was he ever under arrest. He was briefly detained for officer safety after driving in a manner in which he was putting himself and others at great risk of danger. Upon being stopped, Mr. Hill was not immediately cooperative with the officers on the scene, who, pursuant to policy for their immediate safety, placed Mr. Hill in handcuffs. Mr. Hill, still uncooperative, refused to sit on the ground and was therefore redirected to the ground. Once the situation was sorted out within a few minutes, Mr. Hill was issued 2 traffic citations and was free to leave. You want more?
Again, I would like to know, what did he do that was so egregious that a guy had to Karate Kid him and take him to the ground?
We would like to stress to the community to use this as an opportunity to remember that it is always best to obey lawful police commands first and complain later. We have worked hard across the communities to bridge the gap between what people believe is law enforcement should and can do, and will continue to do so. In this case, while we wait for the investigation to run its course, based on what we know, we stand with the actions of our officers, but look forward to further open communication moving forward. While we are confident in the actions that led to stop Mr. Hill, as with any investigation, we'll wait for the facts to come out, along with an explanation Mr. Hill may have for his actions that initiated the unfortunate incident.
Kind of said like you already released the facts, which you say what the facts are.
Mm-hmm.
That you kind of said that what they did was okay. That's basically what he said.
Yep.
I would just like to know, like, again, what happened to the point where you had 4 guys and one guy took the initiative to take him down that aggressively? Right?
Yeah.
Like
We'll take a break.